Wakizashi's Tea House.
Konnichiwa, minasan. It's Gray from Wakizashi's Tea House over in Japan. How you doing? Are you good? Are you genki? I'm great, thanks. It's currently Friday night in Japan as I'm recording this, and I've heard some news today which has put me in a bit of a dilemma. Now, in recent videos I've talked about my kind of moving away from the big two comic publishers, that's Marvel and DC. I've grown up loving DC. I've grown up loving Batman. I used to collect Batman for years and years before, but recently I've kind of lost interest because I don't think the stories have been written very well. I don't like the way DC are handling their properties, their characters, and I think the comics are a bit of a rip-off, to be honest. When I started buying them again in Japan with the launch of Rebirth, they were $2.99 for the BatmanComic. That's like, okay, 6 years ago now. Now it's $4.99. They've gone up $2. That's a lot of money to go up in a short amount of time. So not only that, if it was great stories and great art every issue, I would probably still be buying it. But first of all, Tom King's run lost me after about 25, 30 issues. Yeah, I gave up once then. Then it came back when James Tynion took over for a while. And for a while that was pretty good. He brought it back to basics, But the news that I got today, I know I'm late with this, but the news is Chip Zdarsky and Jorge Jimenez are going to take over Batman, the main title, from July. It'll be issue 125, and it's going to be a double-sized issue as far as I know, a big bumper issue. So I've got to admit, I'm excited. I'm like, what am I going to do? It's a dilemma, right? I thought, not promised myself, but I thought I'm done with DC. I'm done with the rip-off. I don't want to pay money towards that company anymore. But with Zdarsky and Jimenez on this, it sounds like it could be a match made in heaven. So I want to read a little bit from an article on, CB Comic Book. Here we go, let me show you. Okay, so this was posted yesterday, so February 24th. As I say, I'm recording this February 25th, nighttime in Japan, but I'm in the future. So, Chip Zdarsky and Jorge Jimenez are the new Batman creative team for DC. This is exclusive by Jenna Anderson yesterday. So, if you heard of Chip Zdarsky, he's more famous for writing Spider-Man Life Story, which is a great graphic novel, I recommend that. And he's run on Daredevil, which is ongoing. He brought me back to Daredevil. Daredevil was a character I loved when I was a teenager. I used to buy it when Ann Nocenti was writing it, if you remember back in those days. She was the writer who created Typhoid Mary. So I just missed Frank Miller's run because I am pretty old, but I'm not quite that old. So yeah, I enjoyed Daredevil. And I wanted to try it again because Chip Zdarsky was catching my eye with his work on Spider-Man and what else was he doing? Sex Criminals. So Daredevil was really good, especially the first 2-3 volumes, collected volumes. It's like the first 15 issues. I had a great time with it. So let me read a little bit from this article. Here we go. They're going to be taking over from July with, the collaboration will begin with Failsafe, a 6-issue story arc that kicks off with July the 5th's oversized Batman 125. Okay. And it says here that it's going to mark Zdarsky's latest contribution to the Batman mythos, because he's been working on titles like the current Batman the Knight, which is a reimagining of Batman's origins, Bruce Wayne and Batman, the training the first few years. He's also worked on Batman Urban Legends, which I believe went down quite well. I didn't read it myself, but he did a good Red Hood story as far as I know. And he's done work on Batman Black and White as well. So, it says here, according to Zdarsky, the Failsafe arc will follow Bruce Wayne as he's having nightmares of a future he can't stop. There's a chance he might not make it to that future, as a startling enemy from Batman's past has one relentless goal: to end Batman, no matter what it takes. Okay, let me just skip ahead down a little bit here. So Chip goes on to say, the past few years have had a lot of Batman on his own, with so many Robins, etc. Now I think he's talking about the extended Bat family, which has got bigger and bigger over time. I really wanted to highlight the Batman and Robin aspect of the characters, while still maintaining the darker feel we're going for. Tim Drake is a favourite of mine, says Zdarsky, and being able to highlight him here has been a lot of fun. So it looks like he's going to be focusing on the Tim Drake's Robin, which is going to be interesting because he's one Robin I don't know that much about. In my time reading about it, it was always Jason Todd, and then who was after that? I can't remember. Jeez, I've gone blank. I might have caught the beginning of Tim Drake, but yeah, I don't really remember him, so I'm interested about that. Then this is the one I want to highlight here. This has got me excited here. He finishes up saying, Chip Zdarsky, "Really, I'm just writing the Batman book that I want to read. A dark book with wild action, huge stakes, and hopefully a lot of fun. My main Batman reader that I care about is my brother. He's followed the book for a long time, and I really just want to make him happy for once in my life." So, what do you think? How does it sound? Let's show you some of the art. There's only been one page released so far of the interior art by Jimenez. Look at that. How good does that look? I love the way that Batman's coming out of the corridor or down the corridor towards the villain, whoever this is, a robber or somebody. Look at him, he looks deadly. Great angle, a lovely panel. Nice use of perspective there by Jimenez. And also we've got one of the variant covers here. Let me just show you that one. I'm not sure who this is by, sorry, you can check up on that, but look at this. It's got the bats, a huge flock of bats coming out of the city and making a weird kind of Batman-shaped mask there above the Wayne Tower or the Wayne building. So, what do you think out there? Are you excited about it? Are you curious? Will you start buying Batman again? Look, I really hope it just comes out once a month, and it's just a Batman story. It doesn't have an extra story to make it okay to hike the price up again, from $2.99, well, $3.99, then to $4.99. It's like, we don't want these extra stories in it. I just want a Batman book that's released once a month, not twice a month, not 4 times a month. It's just too much to keep up with. That's another reason why I stopped buying, to be honest. I just couldn't afford it. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous how much you got to pay if you're buying it twice a month anyway. With all the other comic books, there's so many things, to buy and to keep up with these days. So yeah. Overall, very, very optimistic. I often say cautiously optimistic. That's one of my taglines. I'm cautiously optimistic, and I promise I won't get fooled again. I could be though, couldn't I? I could be walking into a big trap. It's a trap! So we'll see. So anyway, that's my thoughts on it. I just wanted to share that with you. So yes, Gray is excited. Gray's looking forward to July. Chip Zdarsky on Batman with Jorge Jimenez. I'm hoping it's going to be awesome, guys. I really hope so. Okay, thanks a lot for tuning in. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I hope to see you in a future video. This is Gray from Wakizashi's Tea House, signing off for the night where I am. Good night and matane.
Wakizashi's
Tea House. Please subscribe.